And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Victoria 3 Prussia run. We're playing, I believe, in patch 1.9.8. We're continuing from where we left off. At the end of the last one, we thought we were right on the eve of... Not this tab. Eve of forming Germany. Yeah, this tab. So at this point, we have one of two options. We can either launch the unification play or form Germany. At the end of the last one, we actually pressed this button, and we saw that that basically went ahead and annexed all of Austria-Hungary. What we're going to do at the beginning of this stream is we're going to see how the unification play goes. I suspect, from what I understand of the unification play, it will not integrate Austria-Hungary. In which case, then the pushing the right button here is probably the better of the two options. But we'll go ahead and go with the left one for the moment. And this might also be a little bit preemptive. Okay. So, nope, I'm wrong. Pressing the left button does exactly the same as the right button, basically. Okay. We start off with one front with the French. And we start off with an objective to basically just take Alsace-Lorraine. Alsace-Lorraine. This should be a fairly easy war. We did inherit the rest of Germany's armies. So all armies are not necessarily up to date, but that's something we'll have to do as the war progresses here, is try to very rapidly update all the armies. Update. 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 And we should go through and update all the PMs. And then with that, we can just go see how the war goes. It may still make more sense, it depends on how America plays the war, to do the other option. So we're not necessarily locked in on what we're doing right now. We may in fact change and go to the other option, but well, let's see how this goes. It did have a little bit higher tech than I think the Austrians, for example. So a lot of stuff that we just inherited from Austria needs to be upgraded, which is what we're going through and doing. And yeah, this may be, and it really comes down to how America plays the war. This may be an easy war, this may not be an easy war. Tend to find the choice here of patent stills versus pot stills is a little bit about how much glass you're making, and also what you've got for people to consume. If you've got like a source of opium and a source of tobacco, it tends not to make sense to do it. Okay, so that's the PMs. All the troops are going to go line up on the border. We did disinherit the Austro-Hungarian Navy, but it's probably not enough to even worth coming into port with. I guess the United States does join the other side. There's our explosives. Okay, it looks like we might be able to bring in a couple other people. We'll have to see what they're asking for. But, for example, it might be good to bring in Great Britain. Great Britain would be probably a good counterplay to America. We're gonna go pump jacks there with the tech. We already having an ammunition shortage? We're having an ammunition shortage. Okay. Solution to that is build more ammunition. We need, like, 6 units of ammunition. Okay. Most profitable domestic place. I said six factories worth. It's a little bit more than 6 units worth in practice. I'll push that to the top. And then the other one is explosives, likely. Because they're going to want to swap over all the mines to using the new dynamite. Take it away from that mortality. And then that requires like 30 explosive factories. Okay. Okay, so that's how many explosive factories we're going to need. Apparently we don't have that much explosive, so we're going to back off a little bit for the moment until we get the explosive factories actually being produced. Okay, at the point where we're going to bring in friends. Great Britain, what do you want? You want a war goal. Humiliation on the French. Yep, that works for me. Russia, what do you want? War goal. Forced treaty article. Investment rights. Didn't see which that was investment rights on, but it was someone. Tahiti. Okay, that might be interesting to enforce, but... And apparently you're willing to come in. An obligation. Don't really want to give you an obligation or give stuff. You want a war goal. What do you want? Regime change. In France. Sure. Cranked machine gun, bolt action rifle. Bolt action rifle. So yeah, I think this is a war that we're going to win. Which means in one fell swoop, we'll get Alsace-Lorraine and Super Germany. And then we just have to fix all the problems Super Germany has, which right now refers to the ammunition mostly. Okay. We have a couple more weeks, and then we can start turning those PMs back on again, as we should have the explosives. At least turn some of it back on. You should be improving. Explosives look fine. Let's do the next one. The big one. Next big one. Okay, and we need to get more stuff in the queue. Apparently that wasn't enough. Berlin, places where we had the ammo factory. Oh, this isn't hired up. That makes sense. Oh, and we got a PM improvement that we turn on there. Let's turn the PM improvement on. That's better. We're gonna need some fertilizers to chase the explosive factories. Like 13. Okay, and of course all this new territory needs to be stated. Okay, so unlike forming with the Form Germany button, apparently didn't state them immediately. We should go around and start the stating process. They'll state pretty quickly because they're European. There goes the government bureaucracy. Anyway, so we control our primary objective. For a lot of the other ones, I think we need to occupy Paris itself. Okay, where are the explosive prices again? Pretty low. So let's get the rest of them over. May have overinvested because apparently I didn't do the PM swap. Whoops. We're accounting for it, but that'll be fine. We can export explosives. Monitors is done. We have a national thing. That's not going to spill out of control. Military tech. Okay, I think that's what I wanted to modernize the Navy. Yeah. So I'm using it to modernize the Navy. We go over here. Swap steamships to steel hulls. And all the navies, we tell them upgrade to the newest type of ship, please. Because the oldest type of ship's about to disappear in supply. Yeah. And America's left, making it even more likely to be an easy push to Paris. Okay. Resource-wise, got the fertilizer coming. Explosives are actually kind of oversupplied right at the moment. Not gonna subsidize the export of them. Railroad, or engines and railroads, I think is what we're gonna go for next. Urban, we want... Let's actually just say 10 of these. Okay. And then let's see, market-wise, what's our rail demand? So right now, what does the railroad actually provide? Base, about 30. So you're going to want like 10, 9, 5, 3, 8, 2, 2, so on and so forth. Okay. Once that's done, we'll go ahead and try to turn on some more of the rail transport for commuting people to the rural workplaces. Okay, and the French are losing. Not quite willing to accept yet, but they're not going to be long for resistance here. Oh, it actually looks like it might be spiraling control. Okay. Well, that's a trivial problem to deal with. And there we go. So, Super Germany made, with the exception of Bavaria. Everything German is owned by Germany. And that's pump jacks done. Improve the fertilizers, but I don't think that's what we want to do next. Let's grab the steel roller cars. And there you are. We're going to have a civil war, apparently. Well, we're going to have a nationalist revolt. We're going to put that down. It's going to be easy to put down. I actually want to merge them, thank you, but okay. I guess the merger trick I was going to use doesn't work when you have civil war going on. And we're going to want one admiral to command our, frankly, quite tiny navy. You want me to join your war against the Ottoman Empire? I don't really... Well, you're calling on our support as ally. Oh, I guess I have a defensive alliance with you, don't I? Yeah. Yeah. And I am allowed to add a war goal of my choosing. I'm not going to pay 30 for me for that. I'm just going to transfer something then. Well, I'll check because it's right there. Oh, you're in the front. That's the fleet going around. That makes more sense. Like, why? You have a line going all the way around. So over the next couple of years, our taxes are going to come on board with the territory here. Oh, and I suppose I should just be able to push this button now, shouldn't I? Yeah. Giving 50 popularity. Say this is victory of the German people. That gave me the last state. It wasn't nice enough affordable for me. Sad. Okay. And then we want to top some government admin on top. And of course, oh, hello chat, how's the run going? The run's going pretty well. We now have Super Germany. Started the game, or started the stream out here as the North German Federation, and just made Super Germany. Just the trade center throughput. I'm surprised how many troops the oh, because Britain joined the other side. That makes some sense. I'm like, how did the Ottomans have so many troops? The answer is it's the entire British Empire mobilizing, because Britain be that sometimes. Now, it doesn't look like Denmark's made the mistake of putting any war goals on the British Empire, so we just have to wait them out. And we've got the succession down there. Not much we can do while we're at war with GB at the same time. We'll go reacquire colonies after we're done with the war here up in the Ottoman Empire. Oh, that's the other group trying to secede. To be fair, it looks like this will be a quick war for the bad reason, which is the Dutch are going to lose horribly. Workers of the nation, we can and try and bury differences. Okay. course, instead of taking down what's left of the Dutch, you go running off into my territory, England. So I'm gonna go send an army back, and it's gonna be a terrible time for the Germans in the area. Okay, so what take over? Probably shift work. Oh, we should do this swap in steel frame buildings as soon as we're not in a perpetual war with someone. Yeah, it's stuff like this, which is why I don't like fighting the British. Unless you have an incredibly strong navy that does show up in random spots. Nope, this is not going to be fast work, because they did actually put some more goals on me. Aye. This is why having friends is sometimes a problem. I should just tell the Dutch no. Of course. Do I still have that autosave? I think that's a no. Yep, that's a no. Well, fudge. I'm half tempted to just reload the entire stream at this point, because I don't want to lose territory just because I accepted a call to arms and ended up at war with my own bleeping ally. This game can be stupid sometimes. Officers, is what ongoing thing? It's going to be a curse. Yeah, they come. But you're not going to help me with the thing I actually have wrong with, it is the bleeping UK. And the problem is we can't defend both fronts. We could have defended one front, but not both fronts. They didn't have an autosave far enough back to stop the landing. Because I assumed the Netherlands was going to surrender. And of course, we don't really have the guys doing that on that front. And I assumed I'd be able to do political conflict of my own, which I'm not, because I can't get my troops away, because I've got a war with my own ally. The pain of sometimes running on high speed in this game. And all our states are oscillated because the countries have occupied. Because we're at war again with our own leaping ally. You wanted to... Why? Oh, yep, now we're just restarting from the beginning of the stream. So, if you're watching on YouTube, this is going to be a short episode because I'm going to go ahead and put a part break in here. Stupid things like, answer call to arms in the Netherlands. UK goes like, yeah, I'm going to go join the enemy, and I'm allied with you. Yeah, so we're going to go restart this part. The war with France is going to be casual. We'll just do it again, it'll be fine. And then I'm going to put a save in after that, and probably stop having a defensive alliance with the Netherlands, because the Netherlands got us into trouble. Again, this is like a weird... Oh, this war escalated in a weird way, and there's no way you can handle it properly. Yeah. So, watching YouTube, there'll be part of it tomorrow. It'll basically be this part over again, if... hopefully with the problems dealt with. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. It's going to be a slight period where I'm fixing everything, so until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.